Today I'm making turkey noodle casserole. To my bacon, you don't want it to be fully browned, guys. You just want it to start rendering the fat just like this. To the bacon, now I'm gonna slide the bacon off to the side a bit. I'm gonna now get my turkey breast in the pan. So this is nice and lean and delish, and you could even make this with leftover roast turkey, of course, or even thick slices of deli turkey. Get the paper out of there. Start breaking that up with the paddle here. You want to use a wooden utensil if you've got a big non-stick skillet like this, of course, so you can be kind of rough with it and start working it up. Now I'm going to go ahead and spice it up with a little bit of salt and pepper and poultry seasoning, because this was an ode to a leftover Thanksgiving dinner, and because I always have plenty of poultry seasoning left over after Thanksgiving. I thought we'll put a palm full of that in. But if you don't have poultry seasoning on hand, guys, you can use some ground thyme or thyme leaves or sage or a combination of the two, because those are your predominant flavors in your poultry seasoning. See, now the onions are working over here while the turkey's working over there. And then to the onions, we're gonna add tons of mushrooms. Now I chose just a white mushroom for this, but if you have some shiitakes or some creminis, little baby portobellos on hand, please feel free to use those. Any kind you like. I was going with kind of a classic feel here. And you know, back in the day when I was a kid, we couldn't get those fancy mushrooms in the regular store like we can today. So I went with the white ones. Now, of course, you just want to wipe off the top with your damp cloth. You don't want to run them underwater or they get tough on you and rubbery. Then again, thinly slice it, chop it, whatever you like, and just drop it right into the pan on the half with the onions in it. I can mix all of those veggies and turkey all together now. And whatever little bits are on the bottom of the pan, I'm going to pick up now with about a half a cup, once around the pan, of a good quality dry white wine. I decided to lighten this up just a bit, so I'm gonna use a combination of chicken stock and cream. I'm gonna put in about a cup of chicken stock. So you've got 2 cups of liquid total, half a cup of wine, 1 cup of chicken stock, and about a half a cup of cream. So I've got some nice whole nutmeg here. I'm just gonna grate a little bit over the sauce. I use my microplane for this. Or you could use any small side of your box grater, that's fine too. You want the equivalent of about a 1/4 teaspoon of it. That's all bubbly and delicious, and I've got my wide egg noodles here, about a half a pound of them, all cooked up. I'm gonna drain them. I don't like to cook them more than 3 or 4 minutes. You wanna drain them when they're still a little bit firm, because they're gonna soak up all that delicious juice in our sauce. Now I'm gonna put these into the colander and then put them right back in the hot pot to get all the water off the noodles before they go into our sauce. We don't want it thinning out our sauce. Give it a good shake. Sometimes when I give it a really good shake at home, half of them fall out, so be careful not to do that. Pop them right back into that hot pot. And then I'm gonna mix the whole thing together in this nice big pot here. I'm gonna add the entire skillet of the turkey mixture and sauce. Do it nice and careful, guys. Don't make one big dump or you could spatter yourself and that might hurt. Stir that all together. Look how good that looks, huh? Insane. And because it's all done on the stovetop, all we're really going to transfer it to the oven for is melting all the grated cheese that we've got here. Now, I use some gruyere cheese, and you find that in the specialty cheese case, but you could use any hunk of good quality Swiss cheese, or you could use a Gouda. You just want a slow melting cheese. Oh, you know what I'm going to get? Breadcrumbs. I like a nice crunchy topping on mine. I'm going to need some vinegar for the salad, too. I like a little bit of crunch in that topping. So the breadcrumbs, they'll take up the oils of the cheese as the oils cook out and give you an extra crunchy top. We used to fight over that when I was a kid. That was one of the great things about the casseroles, was the nice crunchy topping. I just melted the gruyere cheese underneath the broiler on my turkey noodle casserole. Now let's remember, back in the day, this would have been made with canned soup mix, cream and mushroom soup mix, leftover meats or canned tuna. We've replaced all that. Our sauce is made with white wine and stock and a little bit of cream and nutmeg. It's topped with that fabulous gruyere cheese. Remember, a great meal, even an updated retro classic, it's never more than 30 minutes away.